In the quiet town of Saugerties, New York, life moved slowly, peacefully, until one winter it didn't. In 1993, 67-year-old Betty Gardner opened her heart and home once again. She adopted her two granddaughters, 12-year-old Wendy and 10-year-old Kathy, hoping love and stability would heal the wounds life had left behind. But just a year later, everything began to unravel. Wendy met James Evans, a 15-year-old local troublemaker with a reputation for chaos. What started as a teenage crush quickly grew into something darker, obsessive, defiant, and destructive. Wendy's behavior changed. The once sweet, quiet girl became rebellious, angry, and distant. Betty saw it happening. She could feel control slipping through her fingers, and she reached out to the state for help, desperate to save her granddaughter before it was too late. But to Wendy, the idea of being taken away from James was unbearable, so she made a deadly decision. She convinced James that the only way for them to be together was to get rid of her grandmother. On December 28, 1994, James Evans strangled Betty Gardner with a yo-yo string, a fragile toy turned into a weapon of death. After the murder, James and Wendy stayed in the house with Kathy, holding the terrified 10-year-old hostage for 3 days. They ate junk food. They slept together. They lived as if nothing had happened, while Betty's body lay lifeless, hidden from sight. Then, on December 31st, Kathy made a desperate escape. She ran barefoot to a neighbor's home, trembling and terrified. When police arrived, they searched Betty's car, and in the trunk, they found her body. The nightmare was real. Wendy and James were arrested immediately. At the station, it's unclear whether James spoke, but Wendy, in the presence of her father, confessed everything. Both were charged as adults with second-degree murder. In 1997, James stood trial. He was convicted and sentenced to 9 years to life in prison, but ended up serving 20 years, released in 2014. Wendy faced her own trial that same year. She, too, was convicted of second-degree murder, sentenced to 7 years to life, and released in 2004 after serving a decade. And just like that, a home once filled with warmth and love was left echoing with silence, a haunting reminder of how innocence can twist into horror, and how love, when poisoned by obsession, can destroy everything it touches.